You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah! Game time. Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. What's happening? Oh boy, we got a lot of great stuff to talk about today. Thank you so much for joining your boy. This is a Throwback Thursday, and I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. I just do not understand it. Bring it back one more time. I do not get it. I don't understand, man. Oh. And I'm laughing, but it's really not a funny situation. Jason Paul Pierre, I mean, you a grown-ass man. You make your money with your body, and you damn reenacting a scene from Bugs Bunny or something like that, where the coyote gives you a box and it's full of dynamite, and you blow your damn hand off. So we're going to talk about all of that stuff, man. Unbelievable story out of the NFL. Obviously, we're going to get into all of the conversation about DeAndre Jordan and what's going on in the NBA with free agency. But first of all, man, thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. I call them my Stewies. Shouts out to everybody that was checking me out on Periscope before the show before the show. Thank you very much. But for new listeners, and we do have a lot of new listeners every single day. We're close to 200,000 listens to the show. I mean, that's going to be a landmark. I haven't even checked in a while how many people we have that actually follow the show. So here's what you need to do if you're a new listener and you just kind of stumbled upon the show or whatever, or you saw some of our marketing stuff out there, man. Follow the show on Spreaker.com. So whenever the show goes live, you'll get an alert and know that the Doug Stewart Show is live. But we're Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com, theDougStewartShow.com. Follow the show on Spreaker, okay, and then hit the little chat bubble and get totally interactive and be totally interactive. On the show, I read a ton of chat messages. That's what makes the Doug Stewart Show totally interactive. So do those things. And shouts out to everybody that's already in the chat room and already chatting about the topics of the day. Let's see what we got here for a Throwback Thursday. It is a Throwback Thursday. We got Classic Stew. Let me just say that off the top. We got Classic Stew. You remember Brother Babe Ruth? You remember Brother Babe? We pulled out of the archives an interview that we did with the great Brother Babe Ruth back in, I think, like 2008. So we thought, why not, man? We'd pull it out of the mothballs. We're working diligently to try to get the real Brother Babe back on the show to do some interviews. Haven't been able to make that happen yet. We're still working on it. I have been working on it for the past 9 months, but we're about to have a breakthrough. So we're going to replay an interview that we did with the great Brother Babe Ruth from like 2008 on the Doug Stewart Show today. And, oh, yeah, if you were asking, if you were wondering, if you were sitting around scratching your head wondering, was Doug Stewart going to sing today? I am. I promise you that. The last couple of days I hadn't been able to do it for one reason or another. Resting my voice. It didn't seem appropriate because of some of the things that were going on in the world of sports or whatever. But today, man, I feel so good. I feel like singing. And what I do is sing. You know, birds fly, fish swim, hookers hook. And I sing. So I'm probably going to sing something for you today. And not probably about it. I will sing something for you today. So stay tuned for that. And also, man, we're going to talk birthdays and get into all of those type of things that we do on a daily basis. The great Tree hadn't made it in yet. She's, I don't know what's going on, but it's okay. Maybe she had to go see a man about a horse or something like that, but it's okay. So thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show, you can still do it old school style. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. What everybody in America is talking about is this DeAndre Jordan story where he shunned the Dallas Mavericks and Mark Cuban to go back to the Los Angeles Clippers. After it was supposedly a done deal, he had agreed to go and play for the Dallas Mavericks. He's from the state of Texas, and somehow or another he called Blake Griffin and let it be known that he was kind of undecided or thought about changing his mind and coming back to the Clippers. And so what the Clippers did is they put together a caravan of players. They put together actors, entertainers, rappers, and everybody in the Clipper organization flew out to Texas, met with DeAndre Jordan, locked him in his own damn house, allegedly. They ordered food and convinced dude to re-sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. And so everybody's questioning on, you know, really the big story, I guess, is the ethics of the situation. Two things for me, and I'm just going to lay the groundwork with this. Number one, I do have an issue with, in today's society, and I've always talked about it, with this whole text generation and Facebook and social media and how people socially interact with other people, okay? I necessarily don't have a problem that he, in effect, jolted the Dallas Mavericks. The problem is just like I had when LeBron James didn't call the Cleveland Cavaliers when he had the decision and went down to Miami, is would it have hurt him? And I understand it would have been an uncomfortable situation. Would it have hurt him to do the right thing and call Mark Cuban, answer Mark Cuban's phone calls, which I'm not a fan of Mark Cuban because of some of the things that he said in the past. Would it have been a problem for him to let that organization know that he changed his mind and he's going to go back to the Los Angeles Clippers? It's almost like that's breaking a man law to not inform them or not let them know in some kind of way what his intentions were, and running from phone calls. It's just something really sets wrong with me about that whole scenario. We'll talk more about that on today's show. And I know there's no honor among thieves and all that conversation, but that really bothers me. And I think that's part of being in this generation. This generation of people, man, once again, these younger people, man, they don't talk. It's almost like a protocol to how you do something like that. You have a conversation like that. Once again, I know it's uncomfortable, but if it's a very small situation, yeah, it's cool to talk. If there's a situation of a little bit more extenuating circumstances, you probably need to call. This situation here, where the Dallas Mavericks, in effect, held up the production and everything else as far as free agency because they had this commitment by DeAndre Jordan, that almost seems to me like you should get in the car and drive to the facility and to the team offices and have a sit down and explain yourself. That's a man-to-man thing, And maybe it's because I'm old school, and I always say that I'm old school and I'm from the country and it's just a certain way to do things. But things of this level, and you not alerting the team, to me, it's breaking some type of man law. Okay, nowadays it's I'll tweet you, I'll text you, and it's not good. It's not good. Another thing that's kind of alarming about this, man, is this thing kind of, to me, the fact that he's going back to the Clippers after these players and his teammates came and basically, in effect, stroked his ego. That's the bad thing as well. You're a grown-ass man, and from all indications, the only reason, or the media, maybe this isn't even the case as well, the media, the Puppet Factory in particular, led us to believe that the reason that he left the Clippers was because him and Chris Paul couldn't get along. And then later it came out that because he wanted to be more, involved in the offense. To me, it sounds like a grown-ass man wanted his ego stroked a little bit. And if that's the case, that's a sad state of our society. And I don't know if that's true. Once again, I don't know how much of that story was actually, the truth. I don't know if the Puppet Factory actually sensationalized a lot of that conversation about him and Chris Paul or whatever. But if that was true to a degree, and all it took for Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and Doc Griffin to come out there and stroke your ego a little bit, man, that's a bad thing. It's as simple as that. That's a horrible thing. And once again, it's an indictment on our society. It's the sissification of America. It is. It's the sissification of America. That these cats want to be coddled, and once again, they want their ego stroked. And all right, I'm saying it. I'm putting it on record. I'm not even sure that's the case. But that's kind of what it seems like. What are your thoughts, man? I mean, what happened to looking a man in his eye and talking about the whole situation with Dallas and telling them that you're going to go back to the Clippers? I don't think anybody could be mad at you for going back to the Clippers. You change your mind. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, you're entitled to change your mind. Hell, the owners and coaches and teams, they doodle on players all the time, so I'm not mad at that. But me personally, and the same reason I was mad at LeBron, part of the reason, is just have a face-to-face. You grown-ass men. I don't like that. What are your thoughts on it, man? 443-820-338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. When we get back, all we're going to do is get into this conversation, man. And we'll get into it a little bit deeper as well, man. The number is 404-382-0338. Once again, you can email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. The easy way is just to jump in the chat room and be totally interactive. And I'm going to read chat all day long today. I mean, these players, man, these grown-ass men, I don't get these dudes, man. I guess I'm from a different era, man. It's uncomfortable, but this is what men do. living in a time, Fessa. Don't go anywhere. This is the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
I mean, I just don't know, man. We living in a time, Fessa. I mean, it's no big deal, I guess. And I've said this many times before, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, I don't want to really make this more than what it really is, but the sports world is making it a big thing. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. But I mean, this is like I said earlier, man. This is an indictment on our society. I always talk about how we're going to look back 25 years from now, and we're going to see a direct mark in time where social skills deteriorated. Because I always tell a story about how my daughter and her friends, they'd rather text, okay, than have conversation over the phone or meet each other. Just text. You know, as a matter of fact, their phones will ring, and we kind of are caught into this a little bit. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. This is all tied into the DeAndre Jordan story where he's not going to the Dallas Mavericks, and he actually evaded their phone calls since Tuesday. Since Tuesday, they've been calling this dude, and he wouldn't answer the phone. But I always say that, man, in 25 years, we're going to look back and see a total different way of communicating with each other because of this whole technology stuff going on right now with text and social media, whatever. Our lives are conducted through social media. Our lives are conducted through texting people. We'd rather not talk to them. We actually still have a house phone at my house, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, but it's come to a point where we don't even answer the phone anymore because everything's conducted on our cell phones. We text, and we barely, my kids barely talk, and they'd rather text. And you don't know how to talk to people face to face. And I think this is kind of like it's kind of like with this DeAndre Jordan story. It's kind of like that's coming to fruition in this particular situation. That he just didn't want to talk to these people. But this was unheard of 20 years ago, that in a big business deal like this, you wouldn't talk face to face. I don't know, man. It's a slippery slope. What are your thoughts on this, man? Do you think, or who do you put the blame on? I guess is the question. Do you put more of the blame on DeAndre Jordan? Do you put more of the blame on the Dallas Mavericks? They did, I think, what they're supposed to do. Once again, I'm not a Dallas Mavericks fan. Clearly not a Mark Cuban fan, although I used to be a big fan of Mark Cuban until recently. But a lot of things change. There was a domino effect from DeAndre Jordan giving the Dallas Mavericks his commitment. I mean, that's like, you remember back in the day, that phrase, word is bond? I mean, that's all you have as a man. You remember in whatever movie it was. What movie was it? It was the movie with Wesley Snipes. I can't remember what it was. But they were talking about, they were in the numbers game, and the guy had a number, and supposedly he forgot the number, and the guy was so mad. The guy was so mad because he was like, man, my word is all I got. Word is bond. New Yorkers would say back in the day in the 80s, word is bond. And this just seems real cat to me, man. I mean, cat is a cute term. And I said the same things when LeBron did it to Cleveland without, talking to them before he made the decision on national TV. It was very cat. It's cat. We're grown men. But guess what? This is the society we're living in now. This is the world we're living in now. And these cats, rather than have an uncomfortable moment where he has to renege on a commitment that he made, he'd rather just not say anything at all. Allegedly, he hadn't said anything at all. Now, if it comes out that he actually did have a conversation with the Dallas Mavericks, then just forget everything I've said in the last 20 minutes. But that's not the way it's being reported right now. So I just want to get your thoughts on it, man. And what does this mean for the Dallas Mavericks? Now they suck. Because they thought they had a commitment by DeAndre Jordan, they didn't go after LaMarcus Aldridge. Remember, DeAndre Jordan committed first, all right, to the Dallas Mavericks. And then there was a domino effect with LaMarcus Aldridge, and you can really, I mean, it's to your liking, which guy was a bigger acquisition or a bigger commitment. Was it Jordan or was it Aldridge? But because of that, then they stopped going after LaMarcus Aldridge. Maybe they had an opportunity, but they stopped. And so now they are what they call in the country ass out. The Dallas Mavericks are ass out right now. And it had a bearing on a lot of different things in the NBA. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From DC Cavalier, I'm going straight to the chat, man, because I really want to hear y'all thoughts on this. I did an interview last night with my boys, the Sports Brothers, down in Miami on, 560 WQAM. And this is where, it was coming to a head. It was around 9 o'clock, and this we had already had the reports, and the internet was on fire that all these members of the Clippers organization were in Texas to talk to DeAndre Jordan, and they basically, kidnapped the dude, held him captive. And so we were discussing it, man, and those guys had some real strong opinions about it too. So I want to get your thoughts on this. It's been, talked about all morning long. What are your thoughts? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From DC Cavalier, he says it's not an old school way to do things. It's a right way to do things. But since I'm 57, so maybe it's old school too. Yeah, if you're 57 years old, I mean, it's just, We had this show, and we talked about this yesterday. We had this show months and months ago, and we're actually probably going to have to do a part 2. Man laws. There's certain things you do as a man. I don't know. When you go on a trip with your boys, you don't toast wine with them, red wine with them. I mean, that's probably breaking a man law. You don't holler at your boy, girl, even if y'all already broken up. It's a man law. Man law is on an extreme decision or relationship. You know, a big conversation that you should have because of its serious nature. You do it face to face. Like, this was a face-to-face conversation. Once again, a lesser degree conversation would be a phone call, at least. But you don't not say anything to the Dallas Mavericks at all. You don't. I don't like that, man. From Encyclopedia Brown, legal term, reasonable reliance. Mark Cuban will have a case. Wow, you think that Mark Cuban is going to have a legal case because of a verbal commitment? I don't know about that. I haven't heard that anywhere. And all my reading and all the stuff that I've been watching on TV from dollars and cents, can't change it right away. It's in a collective bargaining agreement, I think, for quite a few years now. Yeah, the whole thing where these players were committing to these teams in the NBA, and then they had this moratorium period between then and when they could sign, which is actually today after 12 midnight last night. They're going to change that tomorrow probably. Because what's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of it? You know what? But on the other hand, it's kind of like buyer's remorse, and you have a couple of days grace period, the term that we use in this situation, to really think about it. And once again, I'm not mad at dude at the end of the day for going back to the Clippers, because if that's going to make him happy, that's what it is. I just think there's a certain way to do things. And I don't know, maybe DeAndre Jordan thought about it over the last couple of days and said to himself, something that I've been saying for the last couple of days as well, is the grass ain't always green on the other side. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Dude probably been sitting up in his house and comparing, the city of Dallas and Los Angeles. And then bigger, he probably was saying to himself, you know what? I was really feeling myself and talking about my offensive game. My offensive game really sucks. And this is DeAndre Jordan's conscience talking to him. In relative terms, my offensive game really sucks. Maybe if I was smart, I'd really understand that Chris Paul really sets me up real nice for all of these dunks. And if I leave, I'm going to be exposed to that and trying to get the same production from a point guard like J.J. Barrera. And maybe this isn't a good idea. In effect, what he did is he probably came to his senses and says, man, this is stupid. Who am I fooling? I said this yesterday. Who am I fooling? I'm no darn Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. My offensive game sucks, akin to Dennis Rodman. And I probably need to go back to one of the best facilitators of an offense and a guy that gets me alley-oop dunks night in and night out and play with Chris Paul. That's probably another reason why he decided to go back. I don't know, man. I don't know. Andre Elam, they're going to change the signing period. I just said that. The brother beloved Doug. Is it possible that the league did some talking to Dre because of Cuban's line stepping before free agency started? Anything's possible, especially with the NBA. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And see, this is why I wanted to read chat early off, because y'all be thinking, y'all like George Wallace. Y'all be thinking too. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what type of politics is going on behind closed doors. With Mark Cuban, he had said some things earlier, some tampering type things with this situation. Mark Cuban has been controversial towards the NBA for a very, very long time. Yeah, if they can nix the deal for Chris Paul, David Stern could single-handedly nix that deal for Chris Paul to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. And we've seen and got all the reports and know that NBA officials have been fixing games or make bad calls on purpose, to put it lightly. Anything's possible. I mean, we'll never probably be able to prove it. But, yeah, I wouldn't doubt something like that happened. Kind of trying to stroke the or to make the new owner of the Los Angeles Clippers more successful with him just buying the team a year ago. They want to put him in a good position. And losing DeAndre Jordan would have put the Clippers back many, many years. Now, I don't know how far back they can go because they've always been a horrible team in the NBA. But, yeah, maybe that has something to do with it as well. When we get back from the break, man, I'm going to read more of this chat because it is good. And y'all feeling what I'm saying in this whole conversation about, the way you're supposed to do things. And people are different. I personally would have had that uncomfortable moment after I done boosted these cats up in Dallas to sit down and talk with them and tell them why I'm doing what I'm doing. Me personally. And I'm seeing some people here saying he doesn't owe Dallas anything. Hey, that's your opinion, man. I'm just saying it's the way to do things is the way not to do things. That's all I'm saying. All right, don't go anywhere. When we get back from the break, man, more of your chat, more sports talking. We got to talk about Jason Pierre-Paul, man. I mean, our worst fears are realized. We talked about this on yesterday as well. This ninja blew off his damn finger. And really, it's not funny. But you got to be a special kind of stupid to be a grown-ass man to do something like that. I'm just keeping it real. We'll talk about it when we get back. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Throwback Thursday. Man, we got a lot of stuff we got to get into. At some point, we're going to play classic Stew from Brother Babe Ruth. You don't want to miss that. I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't sing something for y'all today, man. So I'm gonna definitely do that a little bit later. We still got to do birthdays, and then I want to read a lot of your chat, man, and talking about this DeAndre Jordan story, as well as Jason Paul Pierre, or Jason Pierre Paul. Let's just call him JPP. It always confuses me. I'm sorry about that. But this segment is brought to you by Ticket Liquidator. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers to give you the opportunity to attend the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. The goal is to bring you more tickets, better service, and lower prices so that you can be there to witness the best of the world of entertainment, culture, and sports. So for all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, give them a call at 855-638-3034. Once again, that's 855-638-3034. And make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Hey, you're wrong if you don't follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope. I did a Periscope before the show today. It's the show before the show. We have a good time in there and talking about what we're going to get into on today's episode of the Doug Stewart Show. So make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope. On Facebook, we actually have a Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. So join that, ask to join that, and we'll approve you and you'll get in. And it's kind of like the show after the show. We got a show before the show, which is Periscope, and then we got a show after the show, which is the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. So make sure you join up with all of those. So let me read more of this chat, man. Vince Wright says, Mark Cuban is pissed. From Side of Sports Guy, Cuban went in on Broussard. I guess he's talking about Chris Broussard from the Puppet Factory. I don't know exactly what happened. I haven't heard that story. I missed that. I'll try to check that out during a break or so. From Sluggo, the Mavs know that until ink is dry on paper, you have no deal. Business 101. Right. And I rail against teams that cut players in a contract-type situation in the NFL. I rip on coaches in high school football that renege on the offer that they made to a kid coming out of high school or high school or college coaches and college universities that renege on their offer for a scholarship to a kid coming out of high school. So it's bad business all the way around. Once again, I said it earlier, it's just no honor among thieves. And to be honest with you, DeAndre Jordan probably could give a rat's ass what Mark Cuban or what the Dallas Mavericks organization think. I just think there's a way to do things. Now, there is also the added incentive of $8 million more that he's getting guaranteed. He was going to get, 4 years, $80 million from Dallas. Because it's his team, the Clippers gave him 4 years and $88 million. So that alone, and you know me, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, we had this talk a couple of days ago. What was it? Oh, it was for LaMarcus Aldridge. No, it wasn't for LaMarcus Aldridge. Who was it that was getting $11 million less? It was David West. So, me, it's all about the Benjamins. I'm doing a job. It's basketball and it's a kid sport or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's a job and it's business. So, $8 million would have been all it was needed for me to stay in the for the Clippers anyway. I mean, it's simple. So, I get all of that from that ninja. Right thing according to who? He doesn't owe them ish. This is business. Yeah. I just said that. From dollars and cents, Jordan perhaps would have made some of the other free agent players more money if he would have let Cuban know he was going back. Changes the whole dynamic in the West. From J. Rob, the state of California state income tax is 12.3, the highest in the nation. He'll be paying about $10.8 million state taxes alone. The extra $8 million comes close to paying, and he can win immediately with the Clippers, at least make the playoffs. So what J. Rob is saying, and that's right from what I understand, the state taxes in the state of California, and they don't have any in the state of Texas, so that probably does offset it. From Sidney Jackson, these folks fighting over DeAndre Jordan like he's Mike. That's another thing about this. At the end of the day, and I've said this many, many times, is this freaking DeAndre Jordan. I mean, they applied a hacker Jordan to this guy. He can't shoot. The man bricks free throws. Sometimes the man bricks free throws, and they're free throws. The man bricks free throws, or he'll miss the whole damn rim from shooting a free throw. So once again, he does get dunk after dunk after dunk. I think that's more of the reason of Chris Paul as opposed to his offensive prowess. I really don't believe that he's got any offensive game at all. Now, he's a lot better, and he's a supreme, stellar athlete, so it kind of offsets a lot of his deficiencies. But let's remember, we're talking about DeAndre Jordan, and he's getting 4 years, $88 million. If Michael Jordan played today, and I'm sorry, I digress. I did this the other day. I did this the other day when we started hearing about all of these, middle-tier players getting these big deals. If Michael Jordan played today, how much would he be worth? I mean, if there were no salary cap, how much would you have to pay LeBron James? You got people mad. You got the sports world and the basketball world perplexed, mad about this situation, and you're coveting DeAndre Jordan. I mean, DeAndre Jordan, the man couldn't hit a backside of a barn if he had to with a basketball. What would Jordan be worth today? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What would Jordan be worth? What would LeBron James be worth? What would a Magic Johnson be worth in 2015? It's just crazy when you think about it on those terms, man. From Brother Babe, this isn't the real Brother Babe. This isn't the Brother Babe that we're going to hear a little bit later today. This is the chat room, Brother Babe. He says, just saw Mark Cuban's latest tweet. Damn. Okay, I got to find out exactly what's going on with this Cuban stuff and if he's going off on ESPN reporters. From J-Rob, a verbal contract is pretty legit. The only thing is the NBA allows for is the actual signing of those contracts to not happen until July 9th. So there could be a whole week of breaking verbal contracts. So this prevents the Mavericks from suing Jordan, I imagine because of the NBA rules. Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not a lawyer. Maybe this is one of those shows where we should have a lawyer on. There is such a thing that's technically legally binding as a verbal agreement. I mean, am I wrong about that? I've always heard that in certain situations a verbal agreement is binding. So I don't know, and maybe we should I got a couple of lawyer friends on my phone. Maybe we'll try to call somebody up and have them on later on today to talk about that. From Stagger Lee. Oh, here we go, Stagger Lee. He says, I'm in this snitch. No, I'm out this snitch. Hell, I don't know. I'm DeAndre Jordan. Okay, that's pretty good. The indecision from DeAndre Jordan. From Drew A. DJ was getting married to Cuban's daughter. He was looking at a job offer. I have no issue with the flip-flop.
No, it says he wasn't.
Oh, wasn't getting. Okay, got you. And that's Tree. Tree did make it in today. Good morning, Tree.
Good morning.
People haven't heard you yet. We got to have a discussion in the next segment when we do birthdays. We got to have a discussion. You had a little rough morning. We're going to go to a break right now, but you had a rough morning. So save it. We're going to talk about it when we get back, okay?
All right.
Remember, if you get a certain age and you break your hip, you might never recover from it. And I'm talking to the listeners. You understand more when we talk to Tree in the next segment. From Ronald Cameron, I love it when players have the power. I have no problem with how Jordan handled things. From DC Cavalier, can you imagine the outcry if an NBA team reneged like that on an offer to a player? I don't think an NBA player would do that because of the backlash. I don't think so. And I don't know if it's ever happened where an NBA team, we're not talking in the NFL because that happens all the time. And I guess to a small degree, no, that's not even a good example. I was about to say something about Dwayne Wade. I've never heard of an instance where a team verbally committed to signing an NBA player and then nothing happened in between where the player got hurt or something happened off the court, with a legal proceeding or something to that degree, and the team reneged. And maybe there is, and I just don't remember right now. If there is, let me know. Let me know in the chat on Spreaker.com. But I don't think so. All right, when we get back from the break, man, we'll talk about some birthdays, and we'll find out what happened to Tree this morning. You don't want to miss this. And I'm going to sing today, man. Maybe when we come back. I don't know. Classic Stew, Brother Babe, a little bit later. Don't go away. This is The Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. And tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster Doug, I see why you got kicked out of New Edition. Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing, okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Slim pickings on birthdays today. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But just jump in the chat room and be totally interactive, and I'll probably get a chance to read your take on whatever we're talking about in the world of sports and beyond. We'll do birthdays in a second. This segment is brought to you by Primerica. In life, things happen good and bad, and being prepared is always important. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. That's crazy, man. Protect your family. Things happen, man. I mean, It's crazy out there. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Prime America's top reps anywhere in this country, not just in Georgia, then call my guy Greg Wynn at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and make sure and tell him that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. A couple of quick birthdays today. And Tree, can you jump on here for a second?
Yes.
For a couple of different reasons, but O.J. Simpson is 68 years old today. How many years O.J. been in jail for that whole thing with stealing back his own damn trophy?
He was sentenced in December of 2008, so coming up on 7 years.
O.J. been in jail for 7 years? For stealing his own stuff? There's something un-American about that.
That's that karma.
Oh, my gosh. And once again, I always say O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson is probably one of the stupidest dudes in the history of the world. You know good and well your ass was being watched closely. They had you in a magnifying glass of epic proportion, and you just, voluntarily put yourself in harm's way. I mean, I know, and for people that don't know, we may have some people from that don't really pay attention to sports, but they know the O.J. Simpson name. O.J. Simpson has been in jail for 7 years because somebody, some kind of way, and it might even have been a setup, somebody had his Heisman Trophy, and O.J. went to go get the damn Heisman Trophy, and he kind of, strong-armed some people, and he pistol-whipped some people, allegedly, or almost came short of pistol-whipping somebody, and took his trophy back, and they put his ass in jail. Because of the way he went to try to do it. So he's 68 years old today, man. And for people that don't know, man, O.J. Simpson is my favorite football player of all time. I mean, he is. And so it's very sad. I don't even get back into all of the stuff with the murders and all of that. But the juice, man, if you grew up in the early 70s, mid-70s, and you played running back, you aspired to be a running back in the NFL, chances are is that you wore number 32 because of not Franco Harris. Who else wore 32? Not anybody else. You wore it because of the juice. And so it really breaks my heart, man. Still my favorite football player of all time. O.J. was just so pretty. He was so pretty when he ran the ball. But he's just rotting away in jail. They say his health isn't great. He's been in there once again for 7 years. It's just a tragic, tragic story all the way around. And Tom Hanks is 59 years old today. What was that movie that Tom Hanks is so known for, like his most popular movie of all time? What is it? I can't think of it right now.
I mean, he's been in so many movies.
The movie where he was Forrest Gump. There it is.
Oh, yes.
One of my favorite movies of all time, Forrest Gump.
That you can't remember.
That I couldn't remember the damn name. I mean, I have taken a lot of hits to the head. So, Tree,
yes.
What happened this morning, Tree? Tell me and the listeners exactly what happened. I'm just getting secondhand information about this thing.
Well, I got up really early, and I have my little reset time, and I was like, I'm gonna have a good day today. I'm gonna be cute. Let me get my insides looking good and my outsides, and I put on my cute dress, and it's trash day, and I just wanted to do it myself. And so there's a hill that we're not allowed to keep the trash on the side of the house because we have all these rules.
Right, yeah, homeowners association. Yeah, I get it, yeah.
So I rolled up the hill. We have 2 trash cans, and I was rolling them up the hill, and it was wet. The grass was wet. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to myself while I was doing it, just saying some stuff to help me have a good day. And all of a sudden, my flip-flops that I had on start sliding, and I can't catch myself. I'm trying to catch the trash. I don't want it to fall all over the place. And I go rolling down the hill.
What?
With the trash can.
You fall?
Yes.
How old are you, Tree? I mean, as far as I know, you're not 70 or nothing like that, are you? I mean, maybe.
I'm 42.
You're 42.
And I'm very fit.
Yeah, but how do you fall? I mean, I heard the whole story.
Had dew on it.
Yeah, but you have to put that in the equation.
I said that. I said the grass was slippery.
Right. Yeah.
I know you're not trying to Joan on me when I'm over here.
No, I'm not trying to Joan you. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know when the last time I've fallen. Maybe when I was 6 or something like that.
Whatever. I've fallen
As a matter of fact,
in my adult life.
As a matter of fact, for falling on your ass and you 40, how old are you? Hold on a second. Let me grab my pencil. For falling on your ass at the age of 42, we're going to nominate you for a Boiled Penis Award.
Oh, my God.
This is what you call tough love. So you are nominated. We're going to nominate DeAndre Jordan.
We got ninjas putting drugs in people's drinks, blowing their fingers up.
Well, I mean, clearly you probably aren't going to win this week. I mean, I can say that. But
thank you.
But you are nominated. Tree. Boiled Penis Award. Tree.
Don't take all day. You got 5 fingers.
Taylor. I'm lucky. I'm one of the fortunate ones, huh?
Listeners will not support you on this.
FORD, period. Once again, Bill Cosby's probably going to be the runaway winner this week. I mean, raping chicks for 40 years will, outdo falling down just one morning. I mean, I can't confirm that, but you are nominated. How about that? Thank you, Tree. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Let me read more of this chat. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From that ninja, he says, Doug, media reports, not fact. You're believing speculation. Doug, you're reaching. This is beyond a non-story. I would expect to hear something like that from you, that ninja. I mean, you're you hardcore to the core. What do you mean it's not it's a non-story? That's the only thing everybody in sports America is talking about. What do you mean it's a non-story? So what you're saying is it's you're reaching. What do you mean I'm reaching? I talk about sports for a living, and this is what everybody in America is talking about. How can it be a non-story? From Fell Pay, DeAndre got that Dwight Howard big man syndrome. Yeah, as far as his offensive game, horrible. No skills at all. No low post moves, no nothing. If it's not a dunk, it's a brick. It's either a dunk or a brick. There's no in between what he does on the court offensively. From dollars and cents, he needed to grow a pair and just slap the hell out of Chris Paul when he was getting in his face 24/7. From Rel Scott, DeAndre Jordan needed a hug and JPP needs a hand. Oh, here we go. It ain't that serious. Business is business. Andre Elam. I was going to get some of the more explosive fireworks, but ninjas losing fingers. I'm good till I watch them in East Point next year, too. It's really not that hard with the fireworks, man. And this is kind of like the sad part about this whole story is that now, because we're such a politically correct society and people are so soft these days for the most part, there's probably going to be some type of legislation come down against this because it happened too, close together. And also you've heard the story about C.J. Wilson, cornerback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He actually blew 2 of his fingers off in a fireworks accident. Imagine that. What are the chances of that? 2 NFL players, one more prominent than the other, obviously with JPP, blow their damn fingers off. And yes, JPP actually had one of his fingers amputated. This other guy, C.J. Wilson for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, had 2 of his amputated. What? And it's not even that. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. No pun intended. You light it and you get the hell away. You get away. It's as simple as that. And once again, I've said it many, many times before, the way it usually happens is, and I'm very interested to hear these stories on exactly how this happened. I don't know if we'll ever get the true stories. I don't know if these guys are going to disclose it or whether they even feel like talking about it ever, because I would imagine it's kind of traumatic. I'm 99% sure the way that this happened is they lit it, ran away like any reasonable person would. It didn't fire off. They went back and checked on it, which is dumb. Grabbed it, and then it went off. But you should know better. And this is the byproduct probably also as well, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, where these cats don't know how to shoot fireworks, and the fact that they've never done it before. Once again, I've been shooting fireworks, real fireworks, big-ass blow-stuff-up fireworks since I was 7 years old. I mean, there's always been fireworks where I grew up. It's not that hard. Light it and get away. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more of your chat. This is the Doug Stewart Show. I'm going to sing, baby. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Game time, hour number 2, baby. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday. All right, so we get back from the next break. I'm going to play an interview with the great Babe Ruth. And in this interview, Brother Babe is talking about, female reporters. And you got to remember some of the names that he actually mentions from some of today's or then's female reporters. They aren't even in the business anymore. He actually mentioned Risha Candidate. And, Brother Babe, he was a caveman. He did things old school. You got to remember, he died, 50 years ago. So he was old school to the core. So you don't want to miss this, man. Real funny stuff. I'll play that in the next segment to the show. The number to this show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Did y'all see, before I jump back into this chat and talking about JPP and DeAndre Jordan, did y'all see the unsung on Escape last night, man? Phenomenal. That's a great show. Is that TV One or BET? One of the black stations. But I love Unsung, man. And Escape, I had no idea. And once again, Escape is from Atlanta. They were one of the first groups with So So Def, Jermaine Dupri's label here in A. And I had no idea they sold that many records. They had 3 platinum hits, and they did have some hits, man, and just jealousy and envy just dismantled the whole thing, which usually happens. And it's sad. How many times have we seen that story play itself out? I mean, jealousy and envy, and it's basically about, Candy and the other lead singer, Tasha. They hated each other's guts. They haven't talked. They still don't talk. One talking about the other, and so-and-so sleeping with Jermaine Dupri, and also sleeping with Jermaine Dupri daddy. It's just a real nasty, nasty situation. Had no clue that all that stuff and all of that drama was going down, man, but it's pretty good if you haven't seen it. I think it appeared last night on, I think it was TV One. This segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, an alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. So before you file bankruptcy, give them a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. From Miss Mocha Bella, when you have millions of dollars, leave the fireworks to the professionals, JPP. No, I'm not going to agree with that, Miss Mocha Bella, because there is some type of exhilaration, excitement you get from doing it yourself, I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's just a man thing. So I don't have a problem with the fact that these guys were doing it themselves, because once again, it's not that hard. It's not rocket science. There's a fuse, and the fuse is constructed to a way where when you light it, you have ample time to get the F away. So I'm not going to say that, you should leave it to professionals. It's not even that hard. It's not serious at all, which is crazy if these guys are blowing off their damn fingers. When most of the time when you have fireworks and you light it, they have enough fuse where you got probably 7 to 10 seconds to get away before it blows. It's not hard. From Clay Davis's Sheed advisor, DeAndre just made $20 million more by going back to the Clippers. Not by my math. It's $88 million for 4 years for the Clippers, $80 million a year, or $80 million for 4 years with Dallas. From P. Cola Q, I'm still trying to figure out what drug JPP was on that made him get his damn hand blown off by fireworks. Now, and I've said this many, many times before, and I don't want to cast aspersions because we don't know the details. The guy's an athlete, so he shouldn't be doing these type of things. But if my grandmother were here today and I took my hat off and put it to my chest and looked up to the eye like that attorney on Fred Sanford, like Huggy Bear on Fred Sanford where he was talking about Lamont's case before he went to traffic court. If my grandmother were here today, she would say the only way that this could happen is because of drugs. The only way. And remember, we're not talking about a 6-year or 7-year. We're talking about grown-ass men. The only way that this could happen could be drugs. I mean, really. I'm not going to say that. This is somebody that mentioned it in the chat. But, yes, the only reasonable explanation is drugs or a lot of alcohol. A lot. To blow your own damn finger up as an adult. From Eugene Jackson, he says, Doug, LA is now Clip City for the next 4 years. Whatever. Jungle Brother, Doug judging DeAndre before Duke can explain his side of the decision. What a surprise. That's what I do. I judge people. I talk about sports and whatever the stories are. That's what I do, Jungle Brother. Thank you for the text and for the post. Encyclopedia Brown, I understand. I'm damn near mad when someone calls instead of text. I hate that. From Sluggo, this man has a representative. He doesn't have to have direct contact with anybody. What? Come on, Sluggo. You better than that, man. Once again, technically you're right. Technically you're right. But aren't there like man laws? Aren't there unwritten rules to life and to being a dude? Technically you don't have to say yes ma'am or no ma'am to adults. And maybe that's the extreme because I'm, the way I grew up, we did that. Maybe you don't technically have to open the door for your wife when you're going into a building or she's getting into the car. But don't you do it? Huh? Come on, man. Y'all better than this, man. From Miss Mocabella, social media has taken over our lives. KC, when I tell my kids to call my wife, they never call. They always text her. And that's bad. That's bad. Right. Same thing happens to me. Not so much no more because I get on them all the time about it. But I'll say, listen, when the last time you talked to Mimi? That's what my mother calls herself. She's one of these new school grandmas. She don't want to be called grandma. She wants to be called Mimi. So I was like, when the last time y'all talked to Mimi? I noticed a couple days have passed by. It says, I don't know, last week. I'm like, well, go ahead and call her. And then I'll look around, and they're on the phone texting. And I'm like, man, didn't I tell you to call her? Stop that. Call her. All right? And so I understand, I relate to everything you're saying in that point. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From 9-0, the Rhino, Cuban is a crybaby. He's really pissed because he got money punked by Ballmer. Is that what's going on? I still haven't had a chance to try to research what's going on with Mark Cuban. I can understand that he's mad, but evidently he said something on social media and taking some shots at some people and calling out DeAndre to even a more degree than when we started the show. From KC, can JPP still do his Harlem Globetrotters trick of spinning a basketball on his finger? Come on, sir. My gosh. Of course he can't do it. And you're trying to be funny. The man doesn't have a middle finger anymore. And I don't know whether he has that little nub like Ronnie Lott had back in the day, or did they cut the whole damn thing off from the root? I don't know. I mean,
we shouldn't even know anyway. What is the deal with these pictures that keep coming out? Who's sending that information? Isn't there something called HIPAA that prevents your medical records?
Are you talking about the pictures of his actual hand that I think are fake, or are you talking about the actual physical document showing that he had the surgery that this Adam Schefter guy put out?
Yes, exactly. The documents. Right. The picture looks whack as hell.
That's breaking some type of man law too. And once again, and James Harrison went off on this guy Adam Schefter from the Puppet Factory for airing that out. I mean, that's kind of like, and I don't know, I'm not a lawyer once again. Isn't that some type of doctor-client privilege?
It's called HIPAA. It's a privacy act, and so somebody in that hospital is going to get fired. Giving that information out.
Right? Do they pay these cats for this type of information? He had to have.
Absolutely.
Somebody risked their job to get this photo, and it's not hard at all. I mean, once again, everybody in America's got a damn phone with a camera on it, so it's a different day and time. But I mean, I do feel some type of way about that. This is this man's personal business. Clearly, it's a sticking point. I mean, his employer came down from New York to see him, and he wouldn't even see them. So this is a personal matter. I don't know how I feel about this. He's doing his job, I guess. He's some type of investigative reporter or whatever. But this does seem like it crosses a line, you putting that man business out there like that. I don't like that, man. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From 9-0 the Rhino, if the players are getting paid, just imagine what the owners are getting. That's true. From Brother Babe, BPA to Tree for being late. I'm not giving Tree a BPA. She had to do something this morning. I mean, I give her a lot of liberties because, I mean, I'm not really paying her a mitt or anything like that. From JB Jennings, DeAndre was third team, all NBA, led the league in rebounds, and was top 5 in blocks. I would say the contract extension was warranted, but you're always worth what someone is paying you or willing to pay you. And you're right. You're right. It's just fun to think about the fact that these guys, really in relative terms to some of the greats in the NBA, are nowhere comparable. Nowhere comparable. Like, if you were doing a chart, let me stop this for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If you were doing a chart or you had a scale, a mythical big-ass scale that you could put humans on, and it's not by weight, it's by worth, and you put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on one side of the scale and DeAndre Jordan on the other, I mean, the comparison is just so silly, it's unbelievable. And he's getting paid $88 million and has no semblance of an offensive game. None. It's just funny to think about, man. All right, when we get back from the break, man, Brother Babe Ruth from back in the day. We'll read more of your chat and continuing to do what we do every day on the Doug Stewart Show. And that's Talk These Sports. Don't go away. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your number one advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Now Peter,
Piper,
pick
peppers,
but run rock,
rhyme,
Humpty,
Dumpty,
fell
down,
that's his art,
time,
Jack me,
nimble,
what?
nimble,
And he was
quick,
but jam,
mass mud, faster jacks on Jay's dick.
Now little Bo Peep Cole lost her shit.
All right, we should have edited that out. It's okay. We're on the interweb. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday, man. Thank you for all of the chat. I really do appreciate it. And all of the conversation and the interactiveness of the Doug Stewart Show. We really do appreciate it. Hey, man, would you like to donate to the Doug Stewart Show? You can do it very easily. Go to thedougstewartshow.com. Click on the link that says donate. Very simple. I mean, it's like a 3-step process. 3 clicks of the mouse. And if you donate $20 or more, man, we will send you your own first-run edition collector's item Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. Yes, sir. So that's the DougStewartShow.com. Click on the link, donate $20 or more, and we will send you your own t-shirt. I've been teasing this all day long, man. I've got a couple of choice bits, interviews that we had back when we were on that other station, me and my brother. 99% of the stuff has been lost forever or burned. But a couple of things, man, and in particular, one of the listeners to the show, Bruh McDowell, saved a lot of the stuff, downloaded, I guess, MP3 style or whatever. And so we've kept a couple of the things, man. Here's one of the classic, and I mean classic stew moments on the Two Live Stews where we interviewed the great Brother Babe Ruth. Sporting News Radio, Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart. It is a Watch Us Wednesday. You can go online at twolivestews.com and click on the link below our pictures and get a first-hand view of what we do in studio here on the World Wide Web. But as we told you in the last segment, man, we got some family on the line.
Oh, man, we got to welcome into the doghouse Brother Babe giving us a call from the heavens. Brother Babe, man, welcome to the show. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, dog. What's on your mind today, Brother Babe?
Hey, man, Babe Ruth is up here in heaven, man, with a bunch of damn sissies, bro. Everybody going crazy over this damn fantasy football, and Babe Ruth tired of it.
So wait a minute. Brother Babe on the line with the Two Live Stews, Sporting News Radio. Fantasy football is going down in heaven, and everybody's playing fantasy football.
Oh, hell yeah. Man, Babe Ruth got into a little fist fight with Vince Lombardi. Had to slap his punk ass around. He doing all this crying, talking about he drafted Ryan Grant in the first round, and the boy done went up and tore his ACL. But, you know, back in Babe Ruth day, ACL only stood for ass, chicks, and liquor.
Bro, Babe, what can we do for you today, Babe?
Oh, man, Brother Babe had to call up talk about this chicks in the locker room thing, because, you know, Babe Ruth in the locker room, he stayed naked. Matter of fact, you know, Babe Ruth in here naked right now, because, you know, I enjoy myself hanging and swinging. But Babe Ruth heard y'all talking to that Jamel here earlier, and boy, I wish she'd have came in that Yankee locker room back in the day. I gave her an up-close exclusive, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Babe Ruth a little old school, though, because Babe Ruth think, you know, the chick should be seen instead of heard, you know what I'm saying? So Babe Ruth preferred to see him a little naked, as a matter of fact.
All right, Brother Babe, I got you. I understand.
For sure. Matter of fact, since we on the subject, let me tell you what. Babe Ruth got a list. I compiled a list of the women I wish would walk in that locker room and Babe Ruth up in that locker room. We'll start out with that damn Jamel Hill, since we already were talking about her. Babe Ruth like, Risha candidate. Yeah, that girl thinking some day old grits. Erin Andrews. Babe Ruth would have did something strange to her. And that redhead Rachel Nichols. Yeah, I got to get with her. And then after all that, we got Jane Kennedy.
Jane Kennedy.
They can all get this exclusive update from old Babe Ruth.
Come on, Brother Babe, man. One of them don't quite fit, do they?
Oh, you know, come on, brother. You know me. Somebody got to clean up the locker room after Babe Ruth caused all that ruckus and going on and
Talking to Brother Babe Ruth with the Two Live Stews, Sporting News Radio. All right, Brother Babe, man. We always appreciate you calling us from the great beyond, man.
Oh, yeah, before I get out of here, Doug, let me ask you, how did Public Enemy do last night? You was at the PE concert, right?
Yeah, I was. They were fantastic. I didn't know you liked PE, Brother Babe.
Oh, like PE? Listen, Babe Ruth showed them boys everything they know. You know what I'm saying? Babe Ruth put on to the rap game. Except Babe Ruth should have showed that old Flav how to wear a condom. You know, Babe, walking around with all them ugly-ass kids and going
on. Bro, Babe, we always appreciate you calling, dog.
Oh, anytime, fellas. Assalamu alaikum.
That's Brother Babe Ruth in the doghouse with the Two Live Stews on Sporting News Radio.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show, man. And I don't know how many times I've heard that, man. I just crack up every single time. So a couple of things are going on. This was the day after I went and saw PE downtown in ATL. So he was commenting on that. Ryan Grant, you remember Ryan? You remember Ryan Grant, the running back for the Green Bay Packers, that just hurt his ACL, and so Babe Ruth referenced it to ass, chicks, and liquor. So that was good stuff, man. Classic Babe Ruth from back in the day. I'm trying to get him back on, but these cats, man, they got contract demands, so it hadn't been easy. But I think we're going to try to get him on the show and do some new stuff with the great brother Babe Ruth. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. And let's go ahead and read some more of this chat. Also, man, before we get out of here today, I got to talk a little bit about the Washington Redskins and the logo and their mascot and how it kind of pertains a little bit to some recent news about the Confederate flag in the state of South Carolina. You know the stories, but we'll kind of mention it a little bit later today. From That Ninja, he says, Doug, when you sing, birds fall from the sky in a mass suicidal attempt. Let's move away from that one. From Fel Pay, you're going to need the lawyers in your phone when I sue for damages when you start singing. Let's just move on from all of this chat here, man. Skip down. From Dobby, the Sixers just reneged on letting Karolinko out of his contract this year. That's a different situation, though. That's kind of like apples and oranges. I hear what you're saying, but that's kind of different than you had an agreement a verbal agreement that you were going to come play for the team, and thus all the repercussions from that not happening. I think it's a little bit different. I hear you. From P. Cola 3, I challenge JPP to a game of Uno. All right, so P. Cola 3 is an aspiring comedian as well. From Fel Pay, life going to be okay. Life going to be hard without the index finger. Got to relearn how to write, type, and use scissors. Plus, I think this is kind of a serious post. Plus, he's going to need to cut that finger off his gloves unless he's going to keep the ghost finger in there. Okay, y'all funny. All right, that's funny. And now, I will say this. They said it was his index finger. Like, how is he going to conduct a three-point stand now? I mean, somebody mentioned this to me yesterday on Facebook. You can't get in the three-point stands really no more. I mean, or he's going to put a lot of stress on all his other fingers. That's not going to be good. From Sandman, anybody been keeping up with the NFL top 100 players list? I have not, and I know that's going down, I think, on the NFL Network. I probably need to jump into that and watch it a little bit. From Scotty, Doug, Billy Donovan had a press conference accepting the Magic job and backed out. Bill Belichick backed out of the Jets job and stayed with the Pats. Neither received the backlash that DeAndre is getting for doing the same thing. It was a business decision. No, I disagree with you. In relative terms, Billy Donovan and Bill Belichick did get some backlash. They aren't the names. They aren't the actual players, so you can expect it to be a little bit more. But no, Billy Donovan got beat up a lot about what he did and decided not going to coach the Orlando Magic. And also, once again, the repercussions from what they did were minimal in comparison to the domino effect of what DeAndre Jordan did to Dallas. Once again, at the end of the day, I'm happy that he's happy. If he likes it, I love it. And he's got to live with his decision. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he expects to get a lot of tongue lashing from fans or whatever when they go and play in Dallas. But he's fine with it. It's okay. I wouldn't have done it that way. The same way I wouldn't have done it when LeBron did it to Cleveland and went to Miami. I personally wouldn't have done it. Maybe y'all disagree. Clearly, a lot of y'all do. From Encyclopedia Brown, how much money would someone have to give you to cut your finger off? Because, remember, it would have healed on its own, just taking longer. He chose this. I can only imagine. And once again, I've seen some pictures that are on the internet supposedly of his hand and his fingers, and it was mangled. I don't even know if they're true or not. I'm going to guess that they're probably fake. But how long could mangled fingers, how long would it take for that to heal? The guy's got to get back to playing football, you know, and you're talking about simple, something that's really simple in comparison to having your damn fingers. But that's how he makes his money. He has to get back on that football field. Tree, yes? Tree, you were about to say something?
No, sorry. Apologies.
Okay. Fel Pay, when I was younger, I wanted to smash Tiny. Hell, what was I thinking? Yeah, Tiny doesn't look that cute these days. Everybody compares her to Miss Piggy, and that's not nice. She does look kind of like a little Miss Piggy.
You think she's cute?
I mean, I personally wouldn't date a Tiny. I mean, but maybe she was cuter back in the day.
That's because light skinned was in.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Nah, and see, I've never been a person like that's always attracted to light skinned chicks. I've had associations with chicks in all different shades of the rainbow, from black as the bottom of your shoe to as red as somebody real light skinned like Tiny.
Okay.
I was trying to think of somebody real red.
Move around.
Yeah. From Fat Boy McCoon, Candy fine as hell, thick too. I want to smash Candy one good time. Yeah. Oh, Candy fine now. She's picked up a couple of pounds too much, but Candy, yeah. You could see 20 years ago she probably was super fine. All right, so we'll read more of this stuff. I guess we got into the conversation about Escape and the Unsung, so stay tuned for that. We'll talk more about that in the next segment. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. The realest, trillest, most unfiltered sports talk show, guy talk show in America. So I'll quickly mention this Redskins stuff with Daniel Snyder. They got some decisions to make up there. kind of ties in a little bit to this Confederate flag issue in the state of South Carolina. If you haven't heard that news, we'll mention that as well. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. So, you may have heard me talk about this before. This is one of my favorite songs of all times. A little Rick James, a little Smokey Robinson, Ebony Eyes. I mean, the song's not easy to perform, but that's fine. I got this. I mean, birds fly, fish swim, hookers hook, and I sing. Sit back and relax. Wind in your hair, sun on your skin, you're looking good, girl, all over again. Hey there, Miss Brown, I want you to know I love you. Brown as the sand, You're soft as the shore. You're leaving me hungry. I'm crying for more. Ooh-wee, baby. Girl, you're such a score. And I want you to know that. You know what, girl? I love you. And I bet you didn't know that, girl. You didn't know that I need you right now, baby. Right now, baby. And I bet you didn't know that. Ebony eyes. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 verses for you. I really like this verse, so I'm gonna do 2. All right, sit back. Here it comes. Yes, sir. Lips soft and tender, ready to speak. Her voice says, I love you. I love you. And it's making me weak. Hey there, little girl. May I just say, I love you. Tell him how. Tell him how you feel, Rick. Love is the brown skin, girl in my eyes. Think it's time that I told you. Don't you realize you're such a queen? Woman, you're such a prize. And I want you to know that. You know what, girl? I love you. And I bet you didn't know that, girl. You didn't know that I need you right now, baby. Right now, baby. And I bet you didn't know that. Ebony eyes. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Thank you. 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 Thank you, man. I already see the post coming in, man. Thank you. I really put my heart into that one, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, thank you. I mean, all I can say is thank you.
Wait, you see the post coming in.
Yeah.
You must have some damn Stevie Wonder eyes if you see the post coming in.
From Michael, he says, Doug, you're a singing marvel. We love you, Doug. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. From Jethro. Jethro says, Doug, that was magnificent. Thank you, Jethro. Thank you.
What chat room are you in?
From Sheila. Excuse me, Tree. Do I need to put a star by your name? I mean, I'm trying to do a show here. From Sheila, she says, Doug, can you please sing at my wedding? Sheila, inbox me. Thank you, Sheila. Oh, my gosh. I mean, that song. Wow. Once again, you have to really show your range in a song like that. So I did that. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You are very, very welcome. Oh, this is the Doug Stewart Show. I got to gather myself whenever I do something like that, man. I have to get myself back together. Whew. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Talking about JPP, Jason Pierre Paul, blowing up his fingers, as well as this story with DeAndre Jordan. That's really been the big thing. Also, if you haven't heard, the NFL, or not the NFL, the NFL's Washington Redskins, its ruling on its trademark was once again denied by the courts, which means that the trademark will be available to use, or the logo or the mascot will be able to be used by anybody. I think in the long term, What it ultimately says is because they won't have exclusivity to it, anybody can use it. It kind of loses some of its value. And so at some point, they're probably going to need to get a new logo and a new mascot. And then you also heard the stories that just came out yesterday. The state of South Carolina overwhelmingly voted legislatures overwhelmingly voted to take down the Confederate flag from the state house. And so it's a good thing. I think the bottom line is this. It's progressing. We're progressing and we're moving on from some horrible memories, in particular with the Confederate flag, and then this situation with the Washington Redskins mascot. It's just unbelievable to me why people on the other side can't understand why it's offensive. And once again, if it's offensive to one person, much less to a group of people, I think you got to change it. It's as simple as that. And it looks like that we're moving in that direction. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. And thank you so much for all of the messages and the total interaction on the show. Let me read more of this chat from the Kicking It with Kissy show. What's funny is none of the teens have ever heard of So So Def. Hell, my kids never heard of Outkast. And when we heard of the Four Tops, etc., what kind of musical history are we cultivating? It's a very good point. My daughter had no clue. She was sitting there, my oldest daughter, or my middle daughter that's about to go to college, and she had no idea who Escape was. And which makes that even worse is, she's born and raised in Atlanta for the most part, and she doesn't know who Escape was. Escape was big in the early 90s. From
That's on you, though, Doug, as a self-proclaimed singer. My children know everybody.
My kids.
That's why
my kids are. Let me say this. My kids are some haters as far as music. I try to educate them when we're in the car and a song comes on. I'll say, "You know who that is?" And they're like, "No, Daddy, who?" Like they're perturbed that I try to teach them things. And I don't know. My kids just some old school musical haters.
Well, if they've been hearing you sing, you're not helping the cause.
What? Wait a minute.
I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know where that came from, Tree, but that sound like shade to me. I don't know much about shade, but that sounded like shade to me. Now, once again, Tree, because you're an established singer, there's no need for you to hate on somebody else, and that's very unbecoming of you. So you get a star by your name. Star. That's how you draw a star. From Miss Mocha Bella, she says, love me some Escape back in the day, that ninja. He says, Escape underrated. From Wiley, he says, Candy was way underrated. Clay Davis, a Sheed advisor. Didn't Ronnie Lott cut his finger off to play in the game? Yeah, he did. He did. From KC, in honor of JPP and Throwback Thursday, Doug should sing I Got 5 on It by the Loonies. Oh, never mind. From Chucktown Frank, the contract just needs to say, I will not do anything a grown-ass person would find reasonably stupid to attempt. I agree, Chucktown Frank. You're exactly right. From Dollars and Cents, ninjas play one of the most violent games in sports, and they get hurt lighting fireworks, shaking my head. That's unbelievable when you think about it. When you put it in that perspective, when you look at it like that, it's unbelievable to me how you could blow your own damn finger up as an adult. And once again, I know that it's probably coming across, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, it's probably coming across on the media, from the media, that fireworks is like brain surgery or something like that. It is not. It is not. It's just not, man. It's very simple, really. It's very simple, and it's really harmless if you just use reasonable sense. I mean, it's crazy. From Chucktown Frank, he says, exactly, Doug. We always had Ish just short of dynamite in the Chuck. I've been baffled how these grown men lose fingers with something that the Chinese invented centuries ago. I guess that's why we play football. Exactly. From Ronald Cameron, I was an OJ fan too, but his performance in the Roots miniseries when he chased down runaway slaves and threw the net over was embarrassing. I mean, the man was an actor. I mean, that actually did happen, as sad as it may be. From P. Cola 3, once again, he says, I'll bump you, Tree. It happens. From Vince Wright, Tree was under the effects of having dinner with Cosby the night before. Okay, there we go. This is probably going to be a runaway Boiled Penis Award tomorrow. We'll let you vote tomorrow on the Boiled Penis Award. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the last segment of the Doug Stewart Show, man. Don't go away. Keep it locked. Get your hands off the dial. Yes, sir. Oh, it felt great to sing that today, man. It felt fantastic. I know. Thank you. Thank you. I know. It probably was my best rendition. Thank you. I have gotten a lot better, right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Once again, that's Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. That's Doug@theDougStewartShow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. So during the break, I just realized and came up with the next song that I'm going to sing for y'all, man. Thank you for tuning into the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, where else are you going to get entertained like this? I mean, you get sports, you get guy talk, you get tough, strong opinions, you get comedy. I tell jokes every once in a while. And then to top it off, it's like the little cherry on the top of a sundae, you get me singing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, thank you so much. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Or let me go ahead and take this call here right now on the Doug Stewart Show. Who we got? What's wrong with this thing here? Okay, all right. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
This is Quincy.
Quincy, what's up, nephew? How you doing today, man?
Oh, I was just doing work and listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I heard you singing, and I was like, that's my uncle right there, and I was like, sounds really good. I just wanted to say you inspired me to listen to the Doug Stewart Show because your singing is incredible.
Hey, man, Quincy, thank you for that, man. And you know what? Because of you, because of opinions like that, nephew, I will continue to sing. Thank you. Thank you. There's a couple of outliers out there, nephew, I got to tell you, and this is kind of like a life lesson, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm actually talking to the kids and to my nephew that just called the show. There's some outliers out there that aren't thrilled with, I don't know, for whatever reason, some of the selections that I sing. It's got to be that. Or maybe even some of the actual songs that I perform, or maybe even my singing to a degree, because it is an acquired taste, okay? And it's not your traditional type of singing. It's a little different. It's Doug Stewart style. But what you got to do is you got to brush them cats off. I wish I had Periscope on right now because I'm brushing my shoulders. Hear that? You got to brush them cats off and do you. Whatever makes you happy and whatever, more importantly, makes the people happy and your family happy, you got to continue with that, man. F the haters. Let the haters be your motivators. Yes, sir. Let me read more of this chat here, man, on the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for all of the chat. From Rail Scott, come on, Tree, you can't be flip-flocking, taking out the trash. Too old for that. From Brother Babe, Doug, you almost fell when you ducked that old man at Mayweather fight. I take back my BPA nomination. Sorry to hear about that, Tree. No, I didn't almost fall when that dude stepped to me at the Mayweather fight. From Quasicoto, Haduchu, pretty sure that's the way you say that name. Shouts out to you, Q. Was Tree drunk at 7 a.m.? Say it ain't so. Yeah, I don't know how you fall down at 7 a.m. That's why she was nominated for a Boiled Peanuts Award. From Busa, BPA for falling is clearly crossing the line. Clay Davis' Sheed advised $1. JPP better sue the hell out of the hospital for leaking his medical records. I mean, but they're going to deny they had anything to do with it from a staff standpoint. They're not. I don't know if that works. Maybe we need to have a lawyer on, and I keep saying that. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. From Stagger Lee, if the grass had twice as much dew in it, Tree would have fallen in doo-doo. Yeah, that's pretty cute. The cats been getting their little comedic side out today, huh? The 47th problem, tough love, Tree, tough love. Yeah, I mean, it's tough love. I had to nominate you for a Boiled Peanuts Award, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From KC, Tree like Jack and Jill when it comes to taking out the trash. We got any more chat here? Let's see. From Grego, he says, Doug, 92.9, watching you. They periscoped that broadcast yesterday, Mike Bell. Mike Bell is a guy I used to work with at 790 The Zone. He's a good dude. But trust me, man, people have been stealing from me and the Stews in particular for many, many years on radio. So I really don't get offended. The thing about the whole Mike and Mike thing where they stole my wedding singer moniker and, thing that I do on the show where I sing, that was really personal because that came straight from here. I mean, nobody was doing that on Sports Talk and Guy Talk Radio. Nobody was doing that. And I've taken it to this magnificent level now with the renditions that I sing for you periodically, and those cats straight bit it. I really had a problem with that, but cats steal from us all the time. I'm actually kind of used to it, Grego. But thank you, man. Thanks for looking out for your boy. And I get those type of messages all the time from people that listen to the show, and it's like, man, I heard these other cats, they doing what you do, and they biting. And I get it. I mean, I don't even get mad. I'm not going to get my blood pressure up over these other cats. Mike Bell is good people, though. From Fell Pay. The funny thing is when he sings, he really tried hard. All right, let's move past that one. 47 problem, laugh out loud. Those birds are flying. They're flying all over the sky when they heard you sing, Doug. Thank you, man, 47th problem. That ninja says, Tree, chop this ninja. Right. From Scotty, Doug, you're going to be left with the 3 listeners that think that, all right, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. From Grego, my district manager just asked, are you listening to the Asian karaoke again? What? I actually sound like Asian singers? Wow, I didn't know that. That's an added benefit. From Chucktown Frank, he says, encore. Man, I mean, you want me to do an encore? Hold on a second. Nah. I'll give you some more tomorrow, maybe. From the Kicking to a Kissy, damn, my computer just... God didn't, J-Rob, run CNC a few seconds ago. Damn, Rick James going to crawl out of his. All right, from P-Cola 3. That was from the heart. Thank you, man. Thank you, P-Cola 3. From Stringer, he says, Doug, your singing will make a ninja leap off the top of. Oh, he says, Stringer says, Doug, your singing will make the ninja a ninja. Leap off the top of 285 into traffic and do a dance with excitement. You sing so great. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. From Picola3, great job, teamer. That meant something. Thank you, man. Brian Hill says, beautiful rendition. I guess this is all of the conversation about the singing selection today. Thank you so much, man. Mitchell, I started okay, but then you literally Miss Mocabella, good job, Doug. Thank you, Miss Mocabella. Thank you. Man, I mean, I could sit here and read these compliments all day long, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'll just read a couple more, though. From Redland Kirk, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I feel like blowing off my finger after something that just happened here in the office. From 9-0 the Rhino, sounding like a young Bobby Brown. Yes, sir! I mean, what? Bobby had it going on. That's a compliment. Thank y'all, man. Chucktown Frank, one of the best rock up songs of all times. Thank you, man, Chucktown Frank. I mean, that's what home people do right there is they support their people. From Grego, I don't know what pitch that is. From Chucktown Frank, if she didn't know that then, I bet she knows now. From J. Rob, Tree, if you get Doug to sing more songs, we will never nominate you for a Boiled Penis Award again. Tree, I mean, that's good news. Did you hear that from J-Rob?
I'm not listening.
J-Rob says that, Tree, if you get Doug to sing more often, we will renege your BPA nominations. Man, I mean, hey, I think we end the show on that note. I mean,
your glasses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Woo! Man, Tree, that's saying a lot because they want your ass to get a Boiled Penis Award. Thank you so much for listening to the Doug Stewart Show today, man. I really do appreciate it. DeAndre Jordan, I don't think you do business like that, man. And grown-ass men, if you don't know what you do in fireworks, just abstain from it. You know, be like Russell Wilson and Sierra. Abstain. All right, man. Thank you to everybody that made today's show possible. Shouts out to the Tree of Life, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri, my engineers. Appreciate all that y'all do, man. And a big special shout out to the Stewies, man. Without no me, there would be no you. Or ever that saying goes. Thank you very much for supporting the Doug Stewart Show. Free for All Friday. We'll do it again tomorrow. Pass the word. Tell at least one person about the Doug Stewart Show. The most fun 2 hours on radio. I mean, are you not entertained or not? Are you not entertained? You know you are. I mean, hell, who else going to sing for y'all too? All right, keep it tight. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.